My name is Christopher Pellantrides. I'm a solicitor and a partner of Arlington Crown Solicitors, a law firm in London. I've been in legal practice for 20 years, qualified for 15. I've been working with the Feod Group for just under 10 years. I specialise in immigration and civil litigation and various other practices. There's been a significant amount of change in the UK immigration laws in the last 6 years. It started in April 2006 when the UK government proposed one of the biggest changes in the UK immigration system by creating a points-based system. In April 2008, the UKBA phased in this points-based system, reforming the UK immigration system completely. Now we've adopted a very similar system to Australia, which is a very complex system. The points-based system is an assessment process where they assess the migrants' abilities, their age and their earning capacity in the UK. It's broken down into 5 tiers. There is a tier 1 of the points-based system, which is designed for high net worth clients, people who want to invest and entrepreneurs in the UK. You have your tier 2 category, which is for skilled workers who've been offered a job offer in the UK, and they have to be sponsored by these employers. There's a tier 3 category, which is for low skilled workers, but this has currently been suspended for now. There is a tier 4 category, which is designed for students, and there are quite a few changes in relation to student visas, and I'll be explaining those in a few moments. And then finally, there's a tier 5 category, which is for temporary workers, such as musicians entering the UK. Now, the government decided to create a big change to the system, and particularly in February 2012, early this year, the UK government decided to introduce and create a sustainable selective immigration system, which is designed purely to encourage the wealthiest and the brightest migrants to enter the UK. Now, by doing this, they've obviously made certain changes to the current rules. In June of this year, just over a month ago, the Home Office decided to create a change to the family migration route, which is used for people coming into the UK to visit as sponsors, as spouses, as partners, or as parents of settled children. As part of these changes towards the family migration route, they have decided to increase the minimum threshold, which is a sponsor has to be earning. So spouses now have to be earning, their sponsors have to be earning at least £18,600. They've also extended the minimum probation period, which was previously 2 years, and they've extended that probation period to 5 years. So any spouse coming into the UK, spouse of a British person, will be granted a 5-year visa as opposed to a 2-year visa. And during those 5 years, the Home Office intend on testing the genuinity of that relationship. So couples will be under a lot more stringent and tighter regulations in relation to their marriage. They've also introduced to restrict the family visit rules. So any family visit, they'll be restricting the right of appeals to family members. So this is a very big change in the family migration system. So not only have the Home Office changed and try to reduce and introduce the brightest and the best in the UK, but they're also working hard on restricting family migration. The UK government has made changes because there has been a huge influx of people coming into the UK. In the 1980s, the government decided to open doors to migration to fill in a shortage of labour. We had a shortage of labour in the UK. And so they opened the doors for skilled and unskilled workers to come in to fill in those gaps. And in 2004, the European Union expanded itself. It introduced 10 new countries into Europe, which meant that 10 countries, 10 different nationals were able to come into the UK. This is millions of people entering into the UK. In 2007, Bulgaria and Romania were also joined the European Union. So we had in total 12 countries since 2004 who have now joined the EU, which has obviously been able to come in to enter the labour market in the UK. So the government decided that obviously enough is enough, and we've got a vast amount of people coming in and they need to now restrict it. England is a very limited space. has very limited capacity, it's very overcrowded, and the government has now decided that they want to sustain and select the people to come in, and this is why they've made those changes. As I said earlier, the government want to invite the brightest and the wealthiest people to be in the UK. They want to encourage growth. They want people to work for the UK as opposed for UK to benefit people. So now the emphasis has now changed. So people are expected to contribute to the UK economy instead of people benefiting from the UK economy. So the government are very strict about that, and this is why they want to reduce migration. It just means that people will need to be concentrating on the highly skilled and highly net worth categories. Tier 1 investor and Tier 1 entrepreneur are very attractive categories now for people to get into. The government have also given incentives to migrants under the Tier 1 investor and category. If they invest or their business is developing very fast, they've given incentives for them to obtain their settlement a lot sooner. So the way forward is investment, hard work, setting up business. This is what the government want to see in the UK.